So everybody remembers the Attitude Era, arguably the best era in all of pro wrestling. But after that, the most talked about was the Ruthless Aggression Era. That's where I come in. I was born around that time, so I grew up enjoying the Ruthless Aggression Era. We had so many great memories. Great memories, sad memories, but it's always amazing. But today we're talking about the main four, and we're gonna grade their careers. And mind you, this is just my opinion. It's nothing crazy. I love all these four wrestlers. These guys are amazing in their own ways, but I'm just grading them on how I think their career has gone and what is continuing for certain one of those. But before we do, make sure you like, subscribe, and push that notification button. The first man we're going to talk about is the Beast, Brock Lesnar. We all know how amazing his first run was. Only 2 years in professional wrestling and was already a world champion. You can tell Vince was so high on Brock Lesnar, just the way how dominant he was, the way he's in shape. You can tell he was a world champion. It was amazing to see what he can do in a span of 2 years. It's just insane. He had even one of the craziest moments in all of WrestleMania when he almost died doing a 450. But then he left and went to the UFC, where he would go and dominate there as well. Now, he didn't have a bad career at all. I think it was a good career move since he didn't enjoy pro wrestling. Totally understandable. Didn't do it as bad, but then he would return in 2012. And you can tell he was very ring rushes to the point where they really moved his character to just being a UFC fighter in a WWE ring, if that makes any sense. But his first run back was pretty bad, except Best versus the Beast, one of the greatest wrestling matches ever. And obviously after that it went downhill because he started a thing with Triple H and it just was boring. Nothing crazy happened. So as you can tell, they really didn't have much for Brock when he returned. So that's what happened, except when he started a feud with The Undertaker, and as we know, he was the one to defeat the Streak. And then once that happened, they strapped it around Brock and started having him dominate. Going into SummerSlam, starting the Suplex City and defeating John Cena in like 5 minutes. Just straight up no offense from John Cena. So obviously they were pushing the hell out of Brock because he just defeated Undertaker. Then had a great Royal Rumble triple threat match. It was awesome. Then a great match with Roman at WrestleMania 31. So obviously you can tell he was just going on a rampage after that. Now, some of the matches were pretty mid in my opinion, but he did have a great match with AJ, is one of my favorite Survivor Series match, and then with Bryan, a good time. Then Ponytail Brock is currently going on. Now, as you can tell, this is just him collecting a paycheck, because all he's doing is putting over Roman every time, doing all this other stuff, and it just feels like, yeah, he's just here to collect a paycheck, and you can tell just the way it's going. And that's just how I feel about Brock Lesnar right now. Is he bad? No, he's not bad at all. However, I just feel like this is just a very boring run for him. And like I said, till this day, it's been months and we still don't know why he attacked Cody. It's been months. Can we please get an explanation? It's whatever. But Brock Lesnar, I'll give him a B+ in his career currently. Now we go into the animal Batista. What can we say about Batista? He didn't start off as great as everybody thought he would. He started off just with a weird gimmick where he just didn't do much, and it seemed like he wasn't going to go anywhere until he joined Evolution, which was one of the greatest factions in all of pro wrestling. So obviously that was a great career move for Batista. After that, he was doing amazing. He looked like a powerhouse, and it just seems like he was ready for a main event, which would happen when he started a feud with Triple H After winning the Royal Rumble, he would troll Triple H thinking that he was going to choose JBL to face at WrestleMania, but then the iconic thumbs up to thumbs down happened and he defeated Triple H at WrestleMania, and that's when his career went on and they strapped the rocket on Batista. Looked great as usual, didn't have bad matches, had a great WrestleMania match against The Undertaker. He lost it, but still a great match, and nothing bad came out of it, except when he decided to leave the company and start going to Hollywood. He just was doing movies after movies, which isn't bad. He did Guardians of the Galaxy, he has so many, and he still does Hollywood movies. Then he returns in 2014, wins the Royal Rumble, massive boos, and it just wasn't going to go anywhere, and it didn't do much for him. Then he left again, did movies, then came back for one more match, which was going to be against Triple H, and it was a very lackluster match. Didn't really see the point, it just felt off. I give Batista a B+. Not a bad career. Now we go on to Randy Orton, a generational talent. My God, what a career this man has had and currently still having. A generational talent that didn't really use his father, and it didn't look like he was using his father and was like overshadowing himself using his father as a way to get through, if you understand what I'm saying. Randy Orton was just his own person. It didn't start off really well for him because he got injured and they just had him doing a whole bunch of promos backstage until he returned. And then another guy that pushed during the Evolution era, then after that would start his legend killer gimmick. He would just go after every legend and just tear them apart. And it was just a good time. That was the Burn in My Light era. That song is amazing. Apparently he hated it, but I think it fit his character perfectly. He would go on to win the IC title and just have Evolution hold most of the titles, and he just looked like a serious threat. And that's what made Randy Orton look so good. He had the face, he had the body, he had the personality. Then he would win the World Heavyweight title against a person that we're not going to talk about because of reasons. Anyways, he would win it, and that's when the icon thumbs up to thumbs down from Triple H, and there it is. That's when Randy Orton just really went crazy. He had an amazing match with The Undertaker. Heel Randy Orton is the best Randy Orton, no matter what you say. It just is. He fits it. He had the douchebag personality. He was able to face John Cena, punk kick his dad. Poor John Cena's dad. He was just going through it during the Ruthless Aggression era. With Randy Orton finally getting strapped with the World Heavyweight title, then the WWE Championship, that's when Randy Orton was just in his mode. He considered himself the Viper. He created legacy, which didn't go on for that far, but it did help him in certain ways when it came to feuding with other wrestlers. Then we gotta give some credit to Randy, because still to this day, he's still performing at a high level, has not left the company, didn't go to Hollywood. He still consistently comes in and is a full-time worker. Now, he's not going on TV right now because he's injured, but I do think people need to respect Randy Orton for what he does for the company. The commitment that this guy has is insane. It's not like the guy is getting any younger. He's getting older and he still performs at a high level. He was still able to get RK Bro over. Like, come on. And Randy Orton, he gets an A for sure. What a career he is still having. Now we're going to talk about Mr. Ruthless Aggression himself, John Cena. We really got to give John Cena credit for what he's done and what could have happened to him. It's ridiculous as to what happened. When they needed Stone Cold the next Rock, John Cena showed up. Now, originally, as Prototype and everything else, he didn't really show up pretty well. He just showed different colored tights wherever city that it was at. They used the team colors, and he really did nothing. He was about to get fired. And then Stephanie heard Cena doing a little rap on the bus, and next thing you know, that's when the Dr. Thugonomics came. One of the greatest gimmicks of all time. John Cena as the Dr. Thugonomics got over so well with the fans. He was a heel and people were just loving it. he just had that swagger. His bars was crazy. That's where Max Caster gets his kind of bars from. But Thugonomics Cena was nothing like him. He then would go on to win the US title, and after that, that's when John Cena just started rocking it. He went and did the Marine, came back, finishing up the Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick, becoming just John Cena. I used to call him the Army John Cena, but whatever. And this is a part where people had mixed reactions. He had one night stand where he actually was the heel, knowing he had to play the heel, but then after that went to babyface John Cena once again. And it wasn't a bad, mixed reaction, but the thing was, when Super Cena happened, he took out the Nexus, which I felt was really messed up, because you should have put over the younger talent, especially the Nexus at that time. To this day, he does regret doing that, which I understand. Then he had a great showing with The Rock and John Cena, a big moment, both matches. John Cena just had a career of a lifetime. Then, as he got older, he won the US title and had one of the greatest US title runs by creating the US Open Challenge, which was bringing out younger talent or people that didn't get any TV time and having them able to showcase how good they are. It was such a good time. John Cena, everybody should respect John Cena for what has he done as he gotten older. So we got to appreciate John Cena for that. And it's insane that he was able to become a 16-time world champion. And after that, Cena has just been doing movies, coming back, and just doing other stuff just to put other people over, like he put over Austin Theory. You gotta love John Cena for what he does now. So John Cena's career, I give him an A-. He's definitely one of my GOATs. So that was the iconic 4 from the Ruthless Aggression era. Those are my rankings. What are your rankings? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, this has been NezReacts, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you guys.